Well, that didn't take long. I'm back out here with this mower. Mowed with it one time since the last repair video, and something else went wrong, as usual. So I've got this deck pulled off, and see if we can figure out the problem here. There's one blade, there's two blades. There's three. So that spindle is completely trashed. Yeah, I'll do a video on replacing that, I guess. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is take this blade off. Hopefully that fan noise isn't too bad, but it is freaking hot today. I'm gonna have it running. Alright, I'm gonna get this done. They're pretty loose, but luckily I just changed these blades not too long ago, so these bolts aren't seized up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can pull this pulley off here. It is locked up big time. It's like a 3/4. And I'm gonna have to probably find some way to hold that pulley. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, so to get this pulley off, I'm gonna have to have some way to hold it. Obviously there's some, probably a tool that you can stick into these two holes. I've actually made one for truck pulley before. First thing we're going to try is just the fastest, easiest way that I can think of, which is going to be to take some vice grips and lock them onto this pulley so that they wedge against this metal and won't let it turn. Is that going to work? Probably not, but we'll see. Before we even start, hit it with some lube. Heat. Too bad. So there you go. Well, vice grip trick. The bolt actually is not rusted or anything. No corrosion on it. It's probably pretty hot though. Pulley comes off. There is probably part of a bearing. It looks like that is the bearing that exploded. A lot of sharp edges right there, but you can see, I think this is the outer race of that bearing, and yeah, it is definitely destroyed. There's pieces of metal and broken stuff all in there. So anyway, hopefully this, oops, hopefully that microphone isn't on. Hopefully this fan noise isn't too bad. Again, it's just too hot to work out here. without it, and I gotta get this done. So these bolts are 9/16. There's a nut underneath that pulley on the other side. There's one. 3 more. That's it. Take this to the bench and see what it looks like. Let's check and make sure we got the right spindle here. Amazon, 26 bucks. See how long it lasts. Appears to be roughly the same size. So obviously our outer bearing here, which would be on the top side, is completely gone on this one. Let's flip it here. Oh, there goes some ball bearings. Yeah, looks pretty close. There goes some more ball bearings. Huh. Well, there's your problem. I don't know if that used to be a bearing, but it is now a rod. A lot of different shapes and sizes. That might just be pieces of the inside of that housing. I don't know if you can rebuild these. Just buy the bearings for them. This one you most definitely could not. Let's see if I can get the spindle out of here. There's a spindle. There's the inside of that race of that bearing. And you can see that that is gone, just chewed up. And the same way on the inside of that spindle housing, like you could not rebuild that. It's just chewed up and melted together. It's trash. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about just replacing the bearings and rebuilding. Make sure it's, unless you catch it early, yeah. Got our new one. Seems to be pretty smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this bearing cover off and just see what the grease situation is in there. Maybe add some more grease. We'll see. Let's see what it looks like in there. Alright, let's get rid of this old one. Got some dirt and debris before we start turning into this new one. There. Hoping I can just pop this cover off real easy. Yep. Let's see what we will. That's the inside there. There's some lube in there, but I might go ahead and pack a little more in there just for extra insurance. Yeah, I'll tell you what. While I've got it taken apart, but I'm gonna just pack a little extra grease in there. I've got some high temp grease. So for 26 bucks, I think it's worth trying this thing out, but we're gonna give it the best chance possible. Just pack for this extra grease. Just pop our cover back on. Wipe off some of this excess. Having a little bit of film on there, I think it's not going to hurt. Put a little down in those threads too. Got a little extra grease in there. Anyway, let's stick this thing on, see if we can mow. Let's see if she fits here first. Like a glove. So you guys already saw me take this off. I'm not going to show the reinstallation of it, just reverse the process. And we'll get back to it when we're putting the pulley back on the other side. One thing I am doing though on this is I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on these bolts just to make sure those nuts don't back out on this spindle. So we've got our first spacer, then we put on our pulley. It'll fit on the teeth on that deal. We've got another spacer. And then our bolt and washer. Hoping that our vice grip trick works here again. If it'll catch good enough, I don't know. It's slipping. Let's see. Maybe if I flip them and they're kind of pointed in, might catch a little better. I'd say that's tight enough. Guess we'll find out. This is my tool I use for tightening, taking these blades on and off. It's just a piece of steel that's bent on one end. I really don't know what it was. I found it in my barn. But it works because it'll somehow, like that, it's able to wedge itself in there and hold that blade still. There we go. Might be a better way to do it, but this works for me. Well, we're to the point of putting this deck back on, but I just noticed that I guess I probably should have checked the belt when I took it off, but I just undid it from the pulleys and pulled the deck out. I just left the belt under there, so just noticed that. So we're gonna need a new belt. All right, $100 later, we got us a new belt. turn this fan off. All right. So since I didn't show taking this deck off, I guess I'll show the reassembly of it. Basically, you've got 6 pins. Pretty simple. You got 2 of these big pins. They go right here. You've got that little retaining pin. Got another one on this side. Okay, then we got 2 of these hangers on each side. All right, so now we just got 4 of these pins. Let's see, it's in the up position, so it's probably going to be easier to do if I lower it. There we go. There's one. And that one's pretty rough. I think both the rear ones are pretty bent up. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Alright, that's all there is to putting that deck on. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this part. Comes off the main drive. I guess it'd be a PTO pulley. And then goes inside these 2 pulleys here. One this way, one that way. This one here is the tensioner pulley. You can see it just moved. Then it snakes in between these 2 pulleys. Like that. Good. So that's how it should run. It comes out off the drive pulley here, around, snakes in between, back around, back through. Okay. Then you got this spring that goes from, just pulls on that pulley, clips on there. Yeah. Oh, hooks on there, and that's it. It's all good. Jesus, seems to be spinning. I better raise that just in case. Okay. Looks like it's gonna work. Gotta put our covers back on. Alright, so this other guard, this plastic broke off right here, so we're gonna plastic weld that back on, and I'm not gonna show that since last video there's plenty of plastic welding, so yeah, we'll get her done. And it's fixed. Alright, so that's our second video on this mower. Hopefully I'll be the last one for a while. We'll go get some mowing done, see how she runs. See you on the next one.